This is Brian Dolby reporting from Data Center World. I'm joined by Phil Ward of HUBER+SUHNER. Phil, you gave a presentation here at the conference talking about human error and how it's getting very, very important to eradicate it as data rates go higher and higher in data centers.
Exactly. Basically the topic is, as you mentioned, it's human error. What we find is everyone's talking about new technology, new connector interfaces, new data rates, everyone's talking about power and cooling and all these things. And obviously data centers have to be operational virtually 100% of the time. And what we noticed is as the data rates are growing, the optical loss budgets are shrinking as well. And what's happening is the available headroom of optical loss is so small, so narrow, that humans are having a big impact on it. And what we're talking about is humans being, I wouldn't say inherently lazy, but we're not high performance individuals anymore. As data rates grow, we become more dependent, we become possibly lazier than we were before. So what we're seeing is growth in technology, a flat line of human performance, and now there's a real risk that your data center is going to fail because of an individual's error. And it could be that they've made the wrong connection, they didn't clean the connectors properly. And as we migrate to these new technologies, humans have a much bigger impact than they did before. And we need to think about it. We need to put things in place to stop that.
Yeah, and I guess with the higher data, you're talking about even more catastrophic potential errors. What are your company doing about this?
Well, we're a connector company. HUBER+SUHNER specializes in connectivity. And in fact, it's our mission statement, excellence in connectivity. So the first thing we do is we try and improve the performance of the connector. Right? So if we can increase the performance by 50%, that allows the headroom to be expanded again, and the impact of human error is going to be minimalized, put it that way. So that's the first thing we're doing. The second thing we're doing is designing systems like this behind me. This is a high-density fiber management system. And we try and simplify the whole process of making connections in the data center. Obviously it needs to be high density like this one, it needs to be flexible for the emerging technologies, and it needs to be very simple to use so that humans can actually do the work with the minimal possible impact of error. So that's the things that we're doing.
Talking about the higher data rates, you're actually showcasing a 100 gig system here.
Yes, that's right. I mean, basically the traditional data center has an MPO to an LC interface. This is what's used for the 1 gig and 10 gig links. But there's a migration towards MPO connectivity throughout the data center. Basically what's happening is this MPO connector is going to be on transceivers or in transceivers on equipment like switches and servers. Therefore we're seeing a complete change in the connectivity methods being used. And behind me you can see this system here is all MPO to MPO patching. So this could be used for 40 gig data rates, or it could be used for 100 gig data rates, even up to 400 gigs. So the standards are, constantly evolving and changing as well. And in a way, we're having to catch up with ourselves. So what we're showing here is a product which is good for today and very good for tomorrow as well. So it's future-proof.
Well, that's good news. You also considerably strengthened your presence recently in the data center world.
We did, yeah. We recently acquired Cube Optics, a German company that specializes in WDM, muxes, transponders, that kind of thing. So now we're not only looking at the connectivity inside the data center, we're also looking at connecting data centers together. So we're offering systems of 100 gig over 50 kilometers or 60 kilometers. It's very good in these kind of metro environments where you've got a number of campuses that you need to connect together. And that's going to be the next problem because we're increasing the data rate inside the building, and obviously you've got to connect it to the outside world. So yeah, we're a very strong company now with a good mix of solutions for 100 gig.
Great, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
So HUBER+SUHNER talking about eradicating human error as data centers get more and more critical to the business environment.